Hey guys, how you doing? It's Paul from Paul's Carts. So I got this. This is the budget engine, which we call the budget engine. It's just over $1,000. It's on the website, paulscarts.com. Trying to put on some gloves, and this is actually for the price. This is actually like the baddest engine available. This is a Predator block, so any of the Predator classes that are out there, this is an acceptable block to run in any of those classes. It does have the original Predator block as a starting point. This does have the billet piston, the Y-scope billet piston. It has the ARC billet rod, has the flywheel. We actually have the starter cup on this one for the pull start. Does have the option to add the hot coil under the listing. You could select the color you want. This customer wanted the blue. It does come with the gauge roller rockers, 3228 big valve head, really nice cylinder head, milled, ported, polished, the whole shebang. We actually put the this one has the EC side cover on it. We are actually out of the ARC side cover, so this customer lucked out. We put the EC side cover on it. That does have the internal bearing in it. Has the Paul's Carts billet valve cover. Spark plugs in it. Spark plugs gapped. Spark plug is also clocked properly. Has the head studs in it. It's all assembled, and this is like just a great engine. If any of you guys are looking for an affordable, solid built engine, billet. I mean, you guys, I've seen on Facebook, something that'll say, new Tillotson engine, $800 or $1,000. But then there's nothing else that goes along with that. I mean, what's in that engine? Does it have a big valve head? Does it have, gauge rockers? Does it have a billet valve cover? Does it have, the billet rod, the billet flywheel, the billet side cover? Who assembled it? So when it comes down, this has the head studs, the copper head gasket, 3228, has the spring pockets cut. It has the upgraded spring package in it. This engine right here has been selling like crazy. This is like the fourth one I've done this week. This one here just happens to be for a guy, Scott. I think his name is Daniel, but name on the paper is Scott. And he's really going to like this engine. These are the new valve covers. A lot of people have been asking if we have them on the site separately, and as of right now, I've sent the information to the web designer. He just hasn't got the listing up. All of the crate engines do come with these valve covers though, and if you want one, you can contact me and I'll PayPal you an invoice for one. They're just not up on the site yet. But this budget engine, if you guys are looking for an engine, something that's not $3,000, this thing has basically got it all, for durability wise, with the chromoly push rods, the gauge rockers, stainless steel valves, titanium retainers, ported and polished head. Run this with a 28 millimeter carb and a straight pipe header, maybe an RLV muffler. They are very loud. Has the billet flywheel, so you're safe to turn this. This does have the PK RPM 3 camshaft in it. This thing makes a lot of power. These engines really get out the hole and they turn to 11 grand. I get guys in the 330 that run this setup and they turn them to 11,000 RPM. Now, if you're going to turn it that high, you might want to take the compression release off the cam. I haven't heard of any failures of that compression release yet, but I've heard of them before. So if you're going to be turning it that hard, take that compression release off. But with the billet side covers and everything, These engines are just absolute monsters. There's really no more you can put into these engines without just going to a bigger engine. These do have the blue, not the black Venom rockers. They have the blue gauge roller rockers. So you get up into the bigger, better engines. You get bigger bores, stroker, billet stroker cranks, a little bit more finite put into the cylinder head design, the black Venom ratio rockers, and stuff like that. But for the price point on this, you add this coil and it comes exactly like this. This is a bad engine. This is a real nice engine here for the price. And these are all assembled in-house, all built by me. All the cylinder heads are built by me. And these things are really good engines. They're for the Predator class. If you guys have a mini bike, these things they're gonna go the distance. You don't even need a lot of this power that these engines have. Sometimes if you guys have little kids, it can get extremely dangerous with these engines. So just be careful with what you get for the kids. But this is on the website, paulskarts.com. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys about is we got these adjustable coil brackets, and we have those made. They're on the website. A coil like this, you could put it in behind it. It bolts to the block. You bolt your coil to that bracket, and you could change your timing. You can adjust like 1 degree of timing in 5 seconds. Literally loosen the 2 screws. There's indications in the back. Turn it 1 degree, whatever you want. Tighten it back up. Do a pass. See how that worked out. Maybe next pass put another degree. Keep going until you start hearing it ping or knock, or you start losing power, and then back it down a degree and lock it in. Setting your engine up properly, like we do with these engines, with a degree wheel and everything like that. It takes time, but that's how you do it right. If you don't have all that fancy stuff like a piston stop, a degree wheel, if you're not familiar with how to do it, rotate the engine one way, rotate the engine the other way, add the 2 numbers together. If you're not familiar with how to do all that, and that sounds complicated, and you really want to get the most amount of power out of your engine, that ignition bracket, put a stock key in it. Most of the ARC flywheels will come with a little piece of paper. This one will say 32 degrees, so it's got 32 degrees in the stock position. So if you want to put 38, you just 6 lines up, lock it in, you're at 38 degrees of timing. So if you go from gas to methanol and you don't want to take the flywheel off and get the degree wheel and start filing down keys, that bracket is a great way to really make the power. And with the hot coil in that bracket, it's almost better than the PVL setup. Just being able to dial in your power perfectly is a lot more effective than a PVL coil. The only thing a PVL coil really does is it gives you a little bit more, under 4,000 RPMs. From 4,000 RPMs up, it doesn't really do anything different. They say they don't fall off as much, and it's true, they don't fall off. But what you do after, say, 4,000 RPMs is you have a total timing you want in your engine. Say you want 35 degrees of timing in the engine. So on a PVL setup, you would put 35 degrees. In a UT1, you would put, say, 38, and then by, say, 10,000 RPMs, it will have retarded down to about 35 degrees. So they both will end up at the same number. The PVL will just have less timing in it down low. But if you're operating from 4,000 to 10,000 RPM, having a hot coil with the full adjustability and able to dial in your timing easily and accurately is going to make you a lot more power. So, power to be found with correct timing. Anytime you hear about some guys saying, I have my engine dynoed, guy will send his engine in and say, I want it dynoed. All we're really doing is adjusting air-fuel ratios and setting up the timing. You get that timing bracket and you get your carb dialed in. That's how you make the power. That's tuning. So that's just get that bracket. We offer them now with the hot coil. and you bolt that on, and you're going to be making a good amount of power. Be able to make a pass, change your timing, make another pass, and you can make timing adjustments on the fly in the pits in between passes in 5 seconds. Just as fast as you could loosen two nuts, move your timing, lock it back down, make another pass. You could do it on the bike if you didn't have a fan shroud. You could do it right on the bike or right on the cart. But it does fit underneath the blower housing with full adjustment, so that's good. But this is the what we call the budget engine. I don't know if we still call it the budget engine anymore, but it was originally made like 2 Christmases ago as a Christmas special, and because of the popularity, we kept it. We were calling it the budget engine, but I think now we just call it the Predator 212 engine. Great engine. It's on the site, so you can check that out on the website, paulscarts.com, website paulscarts.com. You could also, if you want to contact us, you can contact us through the website. Website is the through site contact is the contact us button. The contact us button. If you want to email us directly, you can email us directly at paulscarts@gmail.com. paulscarts@gmail.com. If you want to text or call, you can text or call 781-492-7358. So I'm Paul. This is Paul's Carts. This is the Predator 212 budget-friendly engine. This engine's like just over $1,000. I don't know the exact price, and you can check it out on the site. But I know the other engines are like $2,600, and this one's a lot more budget-friendly for you guys that are, on a budget. And that's why we built this thing for you. But we made sure it had the best of everything. From the gauge rockers to the chrome moly push rod to the billet side cover to the billet flywheel. So it's still a beast. This thing is going to hold up. It's not just thrown together, some piece of trash that's going to explode like a grenade. I still to date have not had a single engine ever explode. Not one. Fingers crossed. I don't know if I should have said that, but hey, that's stats for you. That's statistics. I've never once had a customer call me and tell me his engine exploded. So, but you never know. Maybe somebody did and they just didn't call me. But hey, check this out on the website, paulscarts.com. I'm Paul. This is Paul's Carts, and until next time, guys, have a nice day.